Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Football Show with the guys. The guys. David has this slumpy face. Like, I don't know, David, why? Has football been that bad to you or what? What? You can't come on the show and you be frowning like that.
After all Barca's dominance and all that, you think they would help you win some bets, but here we are. So yeah, thanks to Barca, anyways. Thank you very much.
So it's all on Barcelona.
It's all that referee. That referee that was on that match.
What did the referee do?
That's a very clean goal.
What goal was the clear goal?
This guy's goal. The West goal was a very good. It was no offside.
So why was it? Wow. So why are you blaming the referee for an offside decision that VAR took?
What's passes pass? What's passes pass? Today we are here to discuss the funeral.
Pass.
My guy. Today we are here to discuss the funeral of Pep Guardiola and his football antics, and then Takashi and all that total football tiki-taka bullshit. So, excuse my language, but yeah, it is the crap football he brought to football. Yes.
Did you just say funeral? Yeah, both of you to actually think that is the end of Pep's football. Can you really beat your chest and say this is the end of Pep's football?
No, not his football. Not his football. It's the end of Pep's football in the Premier League. Because after this, the next thing that's coming in for them is the 2 billion sanctions on their head. They will be relegated and he'll be gone.
After he has won how many titles in how many years? It's okay if someone else wins it. That's what he said.
Oh no,
his
no,
own
no.
words. It's okay.
Oh no. You see, the beauty about all of this is when it's finally said that Man City breached a lot of things and they have to scrap all their titles. Yeah, so we are looking forward to that. This is just pure hate watching here. And as you know, I'm your certified hater.
But to be frank, you brought up the Pep issue, and I feel like it's something we should literally talk about. It's like Man City and Pep presently, they are going through a stormy patch. Is it a stormy patch? Whatever you see, it's not the City we know. It's not the Pep we know, because apparently he has never lost 4 games, but he did lose 4 games at Bayern. But one was as a result of penalty. It was a penalty shootout. So I don't know why a lot of people don't classify penalty shootout as a defeat. It is a defeat.
It's not
it is a defeat.
It's a draw game.
No, penalty shootout is a tiebreaker. It's a tiebreaker. Just look at it that way. So tiebreakers come as a result of a draw. So you don't lose the match, you don't win it, you just tie. Now, penalty shootouts are usually tiebreakers to see who goes to the next stage or who wins something.
Now, I like the fact you say who wins. If you don't win, what do you do?
You let go.
So apparently people are not saying that as a defeat for him. But he actually did have a kind of a stormy patch like that in Bayern. But this is a new low for him, and this is a new low for his City side, because they are getting smashed left, right, center, back, front, whatever you see.
EFL, Champions League, Premier League, back to back.
So, but what is your take on the whole situation going on with City right now?
Well, with City, now, you all know me to be a hater, but
you don't always have to emphasize on the fact that we all know you to be a hater. We know you're a certified hater. Just build on your points.
I beg, if you know, say I'll be certified hater. If you introduce me plus, come on, man.
Next time.
Anyways, aside, because you see, if you notice, Prince's voice has gotten deeper just because Man U hit a streak, and we'll come to that later. But on Pep's issue, truthfully, I think it's all down to the fact that they've gotten loads of injuries, and though it's not entirely an excuse for him, for Pep Guardiola actually, I still feel like he's been really hard done by it, and losing that many key players is really hard on any team, no matter who or how good they all are, or individually how best their form is or whatever it is. It's still going to take a toll on them, because if we would cast our minds back, their injuries were piling on since the start of the season, right? But then they were finding ways to scrap certain wins, and we thought, okay, City is City. They play like champions and then they still win games regardless. But it's catching up to them, and it's the thing that always happens to other teams as well. But I do feel like maybe with certain players returning to full match training and all that, maybe they might be able to, get back to their usual self. But regardless, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing, and I hope they do lose more with bigger margins and all that. And I also hope Pep loses more hair than he already has, and then maybe, I don't know, lose a fingernail or
what
two.
are you saying? What are you saying? Just analyze the game for us.
Yeah, so with the issues of Pep Guardiola and then Man City as a whole, I feel like there are various factors that are coming to play to for us to see this kind of results. In as much as you'd want to say they are losing a very key man in the person of Rodri in their midfield, I feel like other teams are being smarter, or that they are trying to figure out, or they figured out Pep Guardiola's style of play.
No. Nana, wait. You are trying to feed into the agenda that Rodri is very pivotal to the City team, that it's just because of him that they are losing so much. Now, I don't want to agree with that at all.
The stats are clear. With him, they play so well. They defend very well. They attack very well.
Okay, with Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea are able to score more goals.
With Enzo, Chelsea attacks very well. We defend very badly.
Yet we still concede the same amount of goals with him in it or not. So what are you saying?
No, so I'm saying that. So right now,
We'll talk about Enzo later. Let's just try and concentrate on Man City.
Sure.
Pep.
But the thing is, irrespective of everything, right? I still think Rodri is key. He's key to them, all right. But I don't think he's that much. He isn't for me to say that, City miss Rodri so much, so City is going to crumble. No. I don't think so at all.
Okay, so take it back last year, 3 years ago, which player that City's attack goes through?
KDB.
Never.
Be serious.
With KDB is the final passer of the ball.
No.
Yes.
No, when you watch KDB, right, KDB's game centers around going from deep areas to find the pass as quickly as possible.
When KDB comes into the deeper areas, he's come to give a very long pass.
All these things are lies. What KDB does is goes to the wings, he goes to left or right, and he cross and inshallah. That's what KDB does. Don't come and make it sound like KDB does any deep pass from midfield.
No one.
Cross
He does
and
that.
inshallah.
He does that.
No one is a bigger hater of KDB than I. But hear me out. And this is coming from a place where people usually compared KDB to Hazard, saying KDB is the best Belgian player, and that pisses me off so much. But anyways, the fact is the fact. KDB plays ball. He does well. Now, if you're going to ask me that how is City's attack faring since his injury or since he's been on the sidelines, it's very clear. When you watch Haaland's stats now, it's actually saying that he's converting at a very higher level because he's not getting as much chances as he used to get.
The same thing I was saying earlier.
No, and you want to put it.
What KDB does.
You want to put it on. You want to put it on
It's
Rodri.
finding the very final pass to Erling Haaland. That's what he does very well. But then the build up, holding the ball very well. If you remember last 2 years, it was John Stones and Rodri doing that thing very well. Then they give the pass to KDB to find that final pass.
Last
to
2 years,
either the wings or to the striker.
last 2 years was John Stones. You can't tell me John Stones was outplayed
John Stones
in the
thrived
middle.
in that role because of Rodri.
Not because of Rodri, because he's John Stones.
Wait, so what Nana is saying, Nana is literally saying Rodri is the one holding the City team.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yes.
You are so wrong, Mike.
Okay,
You're
right.
joking. Because even you're saying last 2 years or last 3 years was. You people keep on forgetting that Gundogan had a very impressive season before he went to Barca.
What
was he doing?
him?
What is it?
Was behind him?
It doesn't matter who was behind him. You are talking about progressive play.
Let
City
me-
have
my
1,001
point,
players that can do progressive play.
From the midfield.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who?
Rodri is not a better progressive baller than Kovacic.
He was the ball
I'm
very
telling
more
you-
than Kovacic. What are you saying?
Oh no, come on.
Are you
He was the ball very well
really
than
saying
Kovacic.
this?
No,
Not,
no, no.
Are you really
He
saying
was the
this?
ball very well than
Kovacic,
No.
Kovacic that is
No.
press resistance. Who go fit collect ball from Kovacic leg?
Progressing the ball.
When he's
he holds
progressing
the
the
ball
ball.
very well than Kovacic.
So
What are you saying?
when you're saying he holds the ball, what are you saying? So explain.
Relax.
So-
He calms the attack.
No.
No, relax.
See,
Uh-huh.
all of you, I think Nana is trying to. Right now, he switched from football to basketball. Because
How does he play football?
aside that, I don't know how Rodri holds ball better than Kovacic.
That Kovacic.
No, explain.
Exactly. So wait. So now this season they are playing Kovacic and then mostly this guy comes into the midfield. Rico Lewis. Now if you look at their game against Fulham, was it Fulham? Yeah, Fulham and then I think 2 or 3. Even against Sporting Lisbon. Now you can see that even getting the ball from the defense and then giving the ball to the attack was a problem because there was no pro person who had that awareness of Rodri to know what to do with the ball when he gets the ball directly. But if you have someone like Kovacic, he gets the ball, people are able to attack him and then get the ball from him. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, can we realize
this season?
No,
Watch this
I'll
season.
prefer we give numbers. If it's possible, you can actually get that number right now, or if not, I want to see how many times Kovacic has lost the ball
Against
because
Sporting
he
Lisbon.
doesn't really lose the ball. He doesn't really lose the ball.
Don't talk about him when he was in Chelsea.
No,
or when he was in Real
presently
Madrid.
he doesn't really lose the ball.
He does. Oh Jesus.
But when you say it does, everyone
was that?
loses the ball. Kovacic,
I'm telling
Rodri
you
has
that-
lost the ball before. But what is the numbers? What are the numbers saying? How often does he lose the ball? That's what I want to
Relax.
know.
Do you
He
know right now,
doesn't.
do you know right now we have switched from actually talking about the issue of Pep.
But this is
to
an
some
issue of
individual-
club,
no.
yeah.
What I was saying was that I feel like the dip in form of Pep Guardiola is based on several factors, which I was mentioning earlier. So one has to do with they losing that key man in the midfield, which is Rodri. Then secondly, which is the most important, I feel like other teams, especially the EPL teams, have found their way around this team's style of play for about 2 or 3 years. Then again, so what this does is that you see previous years or in the past years, when you're playing Man City, you are sure to defend. That's the best thing you can do against Man City. But now in this season, you watch every match, and even from last season, not even this season, they were now being pragmatic. So now they were now going back to their shot, not because I don't feel like that's the idea of what they want to do, but I feel like now teams are bold enough to commit more players into the attack. So now they are forced to go back and then if it was against Brighton, the last one that they watched, you could see that the coach Hezler, he committed Mitoma, Danny Welbeck. At a point they had their number 10 what was their name, Estupidian, was also coming. So now they created an overload at the right back, so that's Kyle Walker. Now they confused that small boy who obviously doesn't have experience and Poussey. So now to either come to that role and leave João Pedro in the second half to take that space in between, or stick there and then leave Kyle Walker with Mitoma, Estupidia, and then Danny Welbeck. Do you get what I'm saying? But then this thing wouldn't have happened last 2 years. Because why? Because they know that if because they know that they wouldn't be able to even attack Man City. The best that they will do will be counter attack. So then they'll just leave maybe a Joao Pedro or a Mitoma to just carry the ball, or someone gets the ball, then they lob the ball to him, and then he goes.
Now, I get what you're saying, no? And I would have agreed with you if it was a different team. But I can literally tell you that Brighton for the past 2 or 3 years have literally always been playing the same way against City. It has always been one of Pep's most difficult games.
Okay, so
they outplay him.
Switch from Brighton to Fulham.
Okay.
Traore.
When we switch teams now and we go to Fulham, for example, Fulham
they use the same
they really
thing
played.
Traore.
They really
The same
played
thing
on the
with
counter
Traore.
against Man City. They played on the counter, but and also then if I get what you're trying to say, are you trying to say he has been found out? He's presently being
to an extent, yes.
To an extent,
yeah.
he's being tactically outclassed.
No, I feel like he what's worrying him. We'll come back to the first, and that will be the injuries. So now he has the idea, but then the people to actually implement that idea isn't available. But the past years, he was able to find a way with these French players to still play into what he believes or his tactics. But this season, it's not working with him without his key boys from defense to attack.
So the injuries, how many players are we talking about right now?
He has no John Stones. This guy went, I think he's back. Ake came back. There was no De Bruyne. De
Bruyne is back.
No, I think there was.
De Bruyne has been back for the past 3 games.
It was 2 from the
Sporting
in the last game. So like I'm talking about the whole season. So yeah, he said.
But I'm saying Rodri, this has actually the problem with Pep has been okay. We can go back 6 games prior to the 4 games winning run because he shouldn't have won against Fulham.
Exactly.
He shouldn't have won that game, but he actually did win. Proud to that, he has been having some bad games, but they've been pulling out the results. But even last season, around this time last season, they kind of struggled to some certain points.
They did.
And they peak when it gets to like maybe the new year and December, and then they start winning games.
That's what we're saying, that during the times that he was struggling, it wasn't because they weren't playing the ball that they wanted to play. It was because probably they missed chances, or then the opponents used maybe one counter, so it was more like 1-0, 2-1 or something. But this season, you can see teams actually outplaying Man City. The first game against Chelsea, if you watch that match, there was no way City should have won Chelsea by 2-0. But just inexperience on the side of the Chelsea players, and they just missed chances and no. But then years back, there's no way you play Man City and then you dominate Man City, have all the stats against Man City, because they actually outplay you. But this season is different.
So and that boils down to one of your questions, because around the beginning of the season they had Rodri, so they were still
around the beginning. No, they didn't. They had him for the first 2, and then he went for the ACL.
That's what I'm saying.
He went to ACL against Arsenal. That was the first match of the season.
Your first match of this. No. He didn't play against you.
No, I mean he played the Community Shield against Arsenal. So I think
he didn't have ACL against Arsenal.
Which one did you get ACL?
He didn't play against you.
He didn't. He didn't play against Chelsea. He didn't. It was Kovacic. He scored the first goal, the second goal. Kovacic.
So he hasn't played an EPL game this season.
I think so. No, I think he played. No, because the ACL was at City, not Spain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm asking if he has not played an EPL game this season.
I'm sure he has. Maybe the early games or something.
We'll have to check that. But regardless of that, I feel like he has been against us. The first game, it wasn't against. The Shield was against us.
Against you.
Yeah, the Shield was against us. And even that game, we were a better team. We're a better team than them.
That's what I'm saying.
This season, like you said, City have not been great. And that's what I'm saying. That like it feels like teams are now tactically outclassing Pep, which is not something.
Not outclassing.
Yeah.
I feel like teams are now being bold against Pep, because I feel like before everyone was like, "This is Pep, this is Man City." So against them, you just go into your shell, defend, and then hope for a counter attack. But this season, teams are not afraid to actually be all attacking and all against Man City. That's the issue with them this season.